Hello, this is Nintendo Act 8, and for starters, sorry about this being basically a week late. Yeah, I didn't make a video for a week, and that's only because, I'm gonna be honest here, I was kind of lazy and I wanted to make a bunch of videos for certain topics and leaks and whatnot, but it just never happened, so I'll just talk about them here, along with some other stuff that's happening in the very near future and maybe even beyond. But first I want to address a comment I got on a previous video. It's nothing big, it's not a huge deal, it's not like a hater or anything. It's just something I'd like to point out. I pointed out to the person, but if I'm going to give a better clarification on what I meant by that. Basically, someone was complaining that I put up non-Nintendo gameplay on my video, and I should have put up Smash Bros. Instead of Black Ops 3. Because I was talking about Corrin and Bayonetta coming out. And they're like, you're not a real Nintendo addict if you put Black Ops 3 footage on there. And I'm like, I didn't say this to him, but I was like, I can upload whatever footage I want. I don't just play Nintendo. I'm not afraid of the Nintendo copyright thing, just to make that clear. That's not the reason why I don't put it in the background. I don't care if they claim the video, as long as it doesn't get blocked, I don't really care. I'm not monetizing my videos. It's not a big concern. The thing is, I don't have a capture card, so you're probably like, well, how do you record like Xbox One footage? Well, I don't record it necessarily. I live stream it to Twitch using the built-in Xbox One app that only does like 720p 30, but it's good enough, I guess. The really bad bit rate, but I guess that's what you get for using the built-in functionality. And basically, I use that, export to YouTube, download it to the computer, and then I make the video. And I could use the Smash Bros. Wii U has a upload feature where you can upload clips to YouTube, but they can only be a max of 3 minutes, and considering I talk for up to 30 minutes a lot of the time, that would take way too long to do. When I could just record, I don't know, Battlefront or Black Ops 3 or whatever I want to record, and then just put it on here as background. And besides, it's just background footage, it's not that big of a deal, but because I don't want to, offend people or whatever, or I'm just going to have the Nin-Cast thing in the background, because I don't feel like putting up footage just for me to get flamed again for not putting up real Nintendo footage. Speaking of, and it's like, I don't know why is there a rule that says I have to upload Nintendo footage? No, there isn't. I want to, I legitimately do, it's just I don't have a capture card yet. Once I can get that working, then expect to see some Splatoon or Smash Bros. Footage. By the time I get a capture card, the NX is probably going to be out, so NX footage coming soon. Not really, but you know what I mean. Point is, I'm going to use whatever footage I feel like using. It's not like it's a big deal, it's just footage, and it doesn't really affect what I'm talking about. But I can definitely see what you mean by you should talk about what your background footage is or whatever. I can see that, but I can put whatever footage I want in the background, and besides, the footage doesn't really matter. There's a reason why I wanted to do a still image for the audio series, so I wouldn't have to deal with any of this, and I don't know why I just decided not to do that. Anyways, let's actually talk now about real stuff. Speaking of non-Nintendo stuff, I'm going to be getting a PlayStation TV tomorrow, and you're probably wondering what that is. It is not a TV, just to make that clear. It's kind of that's like how Nintendo calls the Wii U, the Wii U, and that's kind of a confusing name. Sort of. It's kind of like that, where they didn't have a really good name at all. With the Wii U, the name itself has basically been tarnished by the internet, so at this point, I hope to death the NX is just called the NX. Because it's weird, the NX is so known at this point, they should just call it the NX. I know that's the code name, but at this point they should just call it the NX. Nintendo NX can be the official name of the console, because it might as well be at this point. But as we all know, the Wii U was a terrible name. The system has good games, and I like the system, but the name, at least we can all universally agree the name is terrible. Even I don't like the name that much, because it's got so much hate towards it, plus it just doesn't sound that different. And that's one of the reasons why the Wii U didn't sell as well as it should have. But enough about the Wii U. Back to the PlayStation TV. The PlayStation TV, if you don't know what it is, it's basically just a little micro console thing, but it's not like an Android thing or whatever. It's like a PlayStation console, of course, made by Sony, obviously, in case you haven't figured that out yet. And it can play, basically, PlayStation Vita games. And it can also play PSP games and PS1 classics, which is the main reason I'm getting it. I'm getting it for 2 or 3 games, which may not sound like a good thing at first, but considering that I can get the thing for $60 with a controller and a charger and HDMI cable and all that stuff, I can't really complain with the price. Plus, the only games I want it for, I would not mind spending $60 on. You can get this bundle that comes with a DualShock 3, the PlayStation TV itself, a controller, 8GB Vita memory card. I'm sure if you have a Vita, you know how stupid the proprietary memory cards are. I was thinking about getting a Vita, and I might still get a Vita if it's like you can get like the Wi-Fi only version for like $130 on Amazon. So maybe I'll do that at some point. Especially now I got the PlayStation TV. But basically, you can get this bundle, and it also includes the Lego Movie game. I don't really care about the Lego Movie game, but it's just kind of one of those like bonuses that's just there. I'll play it because I mean, might as well. But it's not the reason I'm buying it. I'm getting that bundle because I want the controller. Because this is going to be my first PlayStation system, and there's a reason why I'm going with the PlayStation TV instead of getting a used PS3. Because games you can only get on the Vita, and 2, it's cheap, and 3, I'm going to use this as basically the testing grounds for using the DualShock 4. Because the PS4 controller, the DualShock 4 with the touchpad and all that stuff, is compatible with the PlayStation TV. In fact, it's even better using on the PlayStation TV because of the Vita games that use the touch sensitivity. I believe you can use the touchpad on the DualShock 4 to utilize that and get rid of that stupid mouse cursor thingy you have to use for those few games that use like Killzone Mercenaries or whatever. But the games I'm getting this thing for do not use touch functionality whatsoever. So I'm pretty much in the clear for that, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I will get a PS4 controller just for the PlayStation TV, and so I can really test out and get used to the controller before I even get my hands on a PS4 in like June. Because at this point I'm going to wait till June. I think I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm not spending anything beyond this point until E3. I'm going to see when the NX is coming out. If it comes out this year, I'm getting the NX. If it comes out in 2017, even if it's early 2017, like April or whatever, or February, March, or April, I will go and get the Black Ops 3 PS4 bundle. Then, you know. But I want to have the PlayStation TV ahead of time, because I want... Now, what are the games I want it for? I want it for a few games. One is a game that's from the PS1, which is Final Fantasy VII, which I know you can get on Steam, but my computer is garbage. It can't even run that. Yeah, I'm serious. My computer is that bad. It can't run a PlayStation 1 game. I'm serious. Okay, it can run like Tomb Raider and Half-Life 1 and stuff like that from like the Saturn, N64, and PlayStation 1 era. But the reason why FF7 would be slow is because of Steam and all the DRM in the background. If FF7 was like installable from a disc back in the day, like an old PC game or whatever, I'm sure it would run fine. But because Steam is so demanding on my PC, it would make the game run bad, even though it's a PlayStation 1 game. Yeah, I hate it too, but that's what I'm going to have to deal with. Plus, I'd rather play it with an actual PlayStation 3 controller, and not with the keyboard. And I don't have a good 360 controller or the Xbox One wireless adapter to use on the PC anyway. Plus, FF7 is only $10 on the PlayStation Store, and the PS TV can play it, and I can use the original PlayStation controller. There's also some other games from the PSP I would like to get, but but as far as Vita games go, I believe I did a video about this game a long time ago, back in like Hawaii, I think, in like June or July or August. It's a game which already sounds bad. It's called Corpse Party Blood Drive, which the name like that does not sound good. But basically, I watched a lot of this particular series on YouTube, and it's a game I wanted to try and play, so I tried a PSP emulator, and guess what? Even though it's a PSP, the thing, I can't like max the resolution, and PSP games have an insanely low resolution. It's like 428 by 2140, or no, not 2140. This isn't 4K. But like, it's lower than like standard definition. It's like 3DS resolution, like 240p or 360p. That's how low the PSP's resolution is. So they look better on an emulator, but the emulator is buggy and it only works half the time. You have to like use, let's just say, unwarrantable practices to get your hands on PSP games in their full form, and then you have to use torrents and all this other kind of stuff I don't want to deal with. I'd rather just go in the PlayStation Store and buy it legitimately. And plus, there's no PS Vita emulator out there. So that's the main Vita game I'm buying this thing for. But there are other Vita games that look interesting I might get. None that I know off the top of my head, but I think I'm gonna probably get Uncharted Gold Abyss. I believe that's compatible with the PlayStation TV now. I might get Killzone if they patch the thing with the DualShock 4 controller. And for only $60, you can't really blame it. And unlike at launch, it works with Netflix and YouTube and all other kind of stuff if I ever want to use it for that. I don't ever watch YouTube on even my Xbox or the Wii U or on the PC. I just watch it on my phone at like 720p because I have an iPhone 6. Not a 6S Plus, not a 6S, not a 6 Plus, just a regular iPhone 6 from 2014. Which has been working just fine for me, actually. Which is kind of surprising. Anyways, case in point, tomorrow I'm going to get the PlayStation TV and maybe a game. Don't quote me on that. Maybe. I'm only going to get one PlayStation Vita game on cartridge, so I don't know if I'll get Corpse Party on cartridge or I'll get it digitally. Granted, they made like a limited edition, like Ever After edition is what they call it. That's like $50. But I don't, or you can go on the PlayStation Network and get it for like $20 to $30. And it includes all the same stuff, and I don't really care about the extra soundtrack or whatever when the internet already does that for me. Case in point, expect an unboxing tomorrow for the PlayStation TV, like, bundle or whatever. Promise, I will upload it. I'm sorry about the late uploads, but I always like doing unboxing videos, and I'll put down anything that I'll upload them. So, yeah. Also, so let's cover some of the stuff from the past week that I didn't really get to talk about, even though I want to. At this point, it's not really news, I just want to talk about it. The first and the one that has got me most excited is from the one and only Emily Rogers, who recently left Twitter, unfortunately. Apparently due to something with her work. And honestly, I can't blame her. Some people were giving her hate, and I don't know why. You know what's weird? I hate people that leak stuff. But when I say leak, I don't mind if they leak certain things, but don't leak like the whole trailer like they did with Ryu and Roy. I hate leakers like that. If you just say this game is coming, that's fine. And she was the same person that leaked Paper Mario Wii U would be released, and I still think it will. And she said that, get ready for this, Mother 3 will be released this year on its 10th anniversary, which I believe is April 10th, is when it launched in Japan 10 years ago. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was April 10th or April 26th, one of those two. First things first, let me make this very clear. I love Mother 3. I have not played the full game. I'm stuck on this one part, and I have to replay the entire game again. But I played the fan translation, and I liked it. I didn't finish it, not even close, but I wanted to play it again, but I always thought, well, it's the 10th anniversary, and I'd rather play it with a proper controller on my Wii U, so, you know, wait for the fan translation to come to the Wii U, or whatever. And basically, here's the main question I want to know. Honestly, it would not surprise me if Mother 3 came to the US finally. I mean, it's the 10th anniversary, Lucas is in Smash, his popularity is booming. Mother 3 is going to come to the US. I think that even before this leak, there was a pretty good chance of it coming to the US this year. The big question is, are they going to relocalize it from scratch, and in the process change stuff, because we all know Nintendo of America loves to change stuff. Yokai Watch, Fire Emblem Fates. Nintendo of America, and by that I mean Nintendo Treehouse, they changed too much stuff. Now I understand even people like GameXplain have been saying, people have been confusing censorship with localization, and I get that to an extent, but here's the thing I know that Nintendo knows. If they're going to finally localize this game, they are not going to skimp on anything. People have been waiting 10 years for this game to make it to the US. And what I think they should do is that they should either do one of two things. One, hire the fan translation team, you know, Clyde, Tomato, and people like that. Or, and I think this is a better idea, and they even offered it in the past, just take the fan translation and plop it on the eShop. That's literally all they have to do. In fact, Clyde himself literally offered Nintendo of America the fan translation for free to put on the eShop. I don't know if they ever turned it down, but they just didn't. But he offered it and said, "You can use it. We're not stopping you. Take our fan translation, our professional grade translation." In case you haven't noticed, the Mother 3 translation is one of the best fan translations on the planet. It keeps basically all the Japanese stuff intact, but having it in English, what I originally wanted. But if they're releasing in the US, here's another good question. Will they call it Mother 3 or will they call it Earthbound 2? I think at this point they're going to call it Mother 3 because this game has been known for 10 years as Mother 3. They're not going to change the name. Especially when Nintendo of America themselves mention Mother 3 every once in a while. Like, remember the, "Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!" So that pretty much confirms right there that it's going to be called Mother 3 and not Earthbound 2 or something like that. Or Earthbound Endings. They made that joke. You remember when Earthbound Beginnings was announced? And I was like, oh, they're going to call Mother 3 Earthbound Endings. Yeah. I think that they're just going to call it Mother 3. They're not going to change the name at this point. They're just going to call it Mother 3. And yeah, there's not really much to say. I hope the Mother 3 thing is real. I think it's real along with Paper Mario, and it seems very likely. So yeah, let's hope Mother 3 comes out in the US, and of course if it gets announced, I will rush to my computer or on my phone, and I will record a video and tell you guys, because you guys deserve to know something as important, at least to me, as Mother 3. Now I think about Mother 4 isn't even out yet, and it's been like 5 years, and the fan team still isn't done yet. That's kind of unfortunate, but oh well. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? So, what have I covered so far? The PlayStation TV, the gameplay person, and the Mother 3. Okay, and guess what? There was some more NX rumors, and most of them are basically just confirming stuff we've already known about, like 2016 release date, more powerful than the PS4, stuff like that. That's basically all it is at this point. It's just reconfirming. It's like burning into my brain. Hey, you know that person that, you know those people that want not to come out this year? Well, too bad it's coming out this year. Get ready to fork over your $300 for our new system, because you have to buy it. Because if you don't buy it, you're not going to get any of the new games. You see, here's the thing. With Nintendo, they drop their old systems like a rock. Like, they just basically ditch support. Either right before a new console comes out, or right when the console comes out. Like, with the Xbox One PS4, you could get new games on the 360 for basically 2 years. And now, they basically had support for like a year and a half, debatably 2 years, after the console's launch. You could still have the 360 and PS3, and get the full game. Not with Nintendo. With Nintendo, they ditched their old consoles. Now, the last big game on the Wii U is going to be Zelda Wii U. Even if Paper Mario Wii U comes out, Zelda Wii U will still be the bigger game, because it's a Zelda game. However, as we all know, it's probably going to be coming out on the NX as well. And because of that, there's a very good chance that if it's going to be a cross-platform game, yeah, it's really unfortunate, though. Because the Wii U is genuinely a good console. Is it the best console? No. Is there a ton of flaws with it? Absolutely. Is there a lot of things I hate about it? I need to make a video talking about the top 5 problems I have with the Wii U. Warning, just a spoiler, about 4 out of 5 of those are related to online. Like, you know, voice chat isn't really supported and stuff like that. No real universal, like, chatting or feature list and stuff like that. It's a lot better than the friend code days of the Wii and the DS, but, you know. Although at this point, I'd rather just wait for the NX when it comes to talking about online features about Nintendo, because, yeah, I'll save that for an NX, like, top 5 things I want NX video. Moving on. Yeah, so yeah, NX rumors, basically just reconfirming the same stuff we've heard for an eternity. Okay, next up, involving the Wii U, something positive, a developer has offered to port Undertale to the Wii U, which actually might be a big deal, because 1, indie games do very well on the Wii U, and 2, it's Undertale. Now, hey, someone's probably going to dislike the video for me saying this, but I have never played Undertale at all. I haven't played the demo, I've seen like next to no videos on it. I just haven't played it, because it's not something I'm really interested in. Although, it's without question one of the biggest games of last year, and it's still talked about to death to this day, and I haven't played it yet. 1, the computer totally is terrible, although I'm sure it could run Undertale. I mean, it's like an 8-bit game. I'm sure it's not that demanding. But even then, I'd rather just wait for a Wii U version anyway. Now, I don't remember the developer off the top of my head, but I believe they're a renowned porting studio that has ported several games like Guacamelee and I believe another game I can't remember the name of, like Runbow, or I don't remember it. Like some other popular Wii U indie games to the Wii U. So, I'm sure Undertale would turn out very well if it was on the Wii U. Now, Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, I believe he said he doesn't know that much about the Wii U hardware, but he wouldn't mind if another developer did it for him or something like that. I'm probably paraphrasing what he said a lot, but, you know, point is, they're in talks with even Nintendo. Even Nintendo discussed with Toby Fox about making a port for Undertale. So, you know, if it happens, interesting. I might buy it on there, and it'll be the first console to get Undertale. I thought that the PS4 would be the first one, but it looks like the Wii U might be the first console to get Undertale. The first non-PC platform to get that game. That could be a big deal for both Nintendo and Toby Fox, and of course the community at large. But yeah, that's a thing. What else? I know there's something else. There's always something to talk about. I guess let's talk about a few things for the channel I want to do. Oh yeah, there actually is one last thing that I want to talk about. And that's something big. And that is the new logo. That's right. We're getting a new logo. I've had 3 logos so far. I've had 2. Mainly 2. I might have had more in between, but I can only remember 2. I had the Nintendo Addict shirt logo. That was my very first one when I started the channel back in July. And then the one I've had up until now, which is like the blue logo. Yeah, it's like blue. Oh no, I had the Nintendo Addict shirt, then I had Jibanyan, and then I had the blue Nintendo Addict logo that I've had up until now for everything, Twitter, everything. Literally everything has had that logo. And now we're gonna change that. Now, I don't have the logo finished, but it'll be done either tonight or tomorrow. But I plan to have it done before I go back to school on Tuesday, so you will see. I'll make an announcement video, I'll show it off before it gets released, but just let it be known that a new logo, and a much improved logo, will be making its way to Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything I have soon. And, of course, it's going to be, I'm using HG Hydra's Yokai Metal design as a basis for it, so you'll see it, and it'll look pretty good. It'll look better than the one I have now, I hope. So yeah, that's kind of a big announcement. As far as channel stuff, I guess I'll use this to quickly talk about what I'm going to do for 2016 at this point. I know it's February, but there's still some stuff I probably haven't talked about. Well, number one, obviously, is I'm going to continue to talk about Nintendo and Yokai Watch stuff. And every once in a while, maybe I'll talk about Xbox or Call of Duty every once in a while. No, I'm not, because that's not the main focus of the channel, obviously. I mean, I never really did that much news on any of that stuff, because it's like, well, we got Ali and T. Martin and all these other YouTubers that are way, way bigger than I am that get the news out to way more people, so why should I do it? Whereas Nintendo and Yokai Watch stuff is much, much scarcer on the internet, especially Yokai Watch. There's only 3 Yokai Watch YouTubers I know of. Me, HG Hydra, and then the one and only, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Alibaba Smash 1081? Is that his name? You know what? Okay. It's Abdullah Nation. You know who I'm talking about. He's basically the biggest Yokai Watch YouTuber in the U.S. And me and HG Hydra are kind of the other 2. There's probably more, but those are the main 3 that I've found on the internet so far. I really heavily do Yokai Watch stuff. I guess it's the price of being a new franchise, whether it's good or bad outside of Japan. I'm not even going to debate it anymore. I just want Yokai Watch to succeed. But there'll be time. Wonder when Yokai Watch is going to get its own Super Bowl commercial. Just as a note, I don't care about sports at all, so I didn't watch the Super Bowl because I don't really care. The only thing I really cared about was the Pokemon thing, which apparently I heard they cut down, which is not really surprising. But yeah. So it's yeah. So, there was a few other things I'd like to, talk about that aren't really probably big things, but just things I kind of like to talk about. I guess they're big things. That would be a Japanese 3DS and Yokai Watch gameplay in general. Just for the record, I'd like to do more Yokai Watch gameplay. I mean, it's not going to be from a capture card or anything. I'll just be like off the tripod, but if anyone wants to see Yokai Watch gameplay, then leave a comment, because I would like to do more gameplay. Note that it'll be of the Japanese version of Yokai Watch 2 Ganso, because I don't have the English game yet, and I've already decided that I'm not going to get the English game. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not going to get the English game until I beat Yokai Watch 2 Ganso. Then I'll get the English game, because I want to finish that game first, which is going to take a while because, well, it's Japanese. But I'm going to plow through it, because it's better than the first game, and even if the first game was translated better, the second game is still better. I mean, it's the second game. It's got Fuyan and the 60 leap in years. I mean, of course it's better. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Opinion that's probably going to get flagged all over the internet, but you can't really do anything about it at this point. Also, the Japanese 3DS, don't know when I'm going to get that, but I want to get it sometime before E3, so, you know, no promises. But I'll do an unboxing, or I'll show it off or something whenever I get it, so you'll know. And last thing, I'm really need to start thinking about this. Just a note, I'm sure most people already know this, but never ever comment on videos that have anything to do with Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that, because you will get flagged for it. I figured that out the hard way. Even when I try to be logical, and I'm not like being a fanboy or anything, I just kind of make a general nice comment, people automatically flame me because, you know, it's the internet. So I've decided I'm not going to comment on any videos that I don't feel like I'm going to get a good response on. So there's only a few videos I'm probably going to ever make responses for on Game Explain videos, my own videos, Multimedia J's videos, and like areas like where I can make a nice legitimate comment and not get flagged for it and get destroyed on the internet, like I have with that one Yokai Watch fiasco with Jimmy, where he called with that whole thing that happened, and places like that. And I'm not even gonna try. Don't comment, by the way, on Digital Foundry's videos. You will get destroyed more than anywhere else, because that's where they compare, you know, Xbox and PlayStation frame rates and all that stuff. So, and especially because Nintendo is in the name of my channel, you can guess how well that went. Even when I was trying to make a positive comment for all the consoles. But this is the internet, so yeah, I'm not gonna comment on any video that is like that. Just, I know it doesn't really affect you, but it's just kind of something I like to point out if I don't. So I'm only gonna comment on Yokai Watch videos, Nintendo videos, and my own videos. So if like you put a comment, of course I'm gonna reply to it. I mean, I want to engage with my fan base. My very small fan base, but I have a fan base that likes to comment. So, you know, of course I'll respond, and I'll talk to you guys because you're my fans, and I want to, you know, be able to communicate and stuff like that. But I'm not going to comment on channels I know I'm going to get destroyed by fanboys and haters on. But at least there are nice channels that I like Game Explain and Multimedia J and channels like that, where I can't get destroyed in the comments section. I can just make nice comments and not have to worry about getting spammed on my comments box. Yeah, that's fun. And I think that's really about it. There's probably something I'm forgetting, but that's all the main stuff I wanted to talk about. How long is this video? I don't even know. It's probably around 20 to 30 minutes, like it usually is. But just note new logo is coming, the Mother 3 leaks, stuff like all that stuff I've been talking about this entire video. And yeah, so be on the lookout for a PlayStation TV unboxing tomorrow, and a new logo tomorrow, hopefully. And that's pretty much about it. That's all I can really think of to talk about. that I want to talk about. And also, let me just quickly point out, no Nintendo Direct. It is February 7th. No Nintendo Direct at all. People have been trying to get me to believe it, but I don't buy it for 1 second. I'm subscribed to every single person on Twitter. At least I follow every person on Twitter. And yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm done here. This is Nintendo Addict 8, signing out. Hope you enjoyed listening, and I will see you guys next time. I promise it won't be another week. I promise it won't. Look out for the unboxing tomorrow. Anyways, this is Nintendo Addict 8, really signing out. Thanks for watching and listening.